Well, today we're going to talk about our Etsy shops. We haven't done this in a while, and I've got some questions from viewers that I'd like to answer, and I think it's about time we sort of got caught up. I've also got a few housekeeping issues, but let me start with, remember our chalkware lamps from last week. This is our completed lamp, this one here. This one is a work in progress. Take a look at what I found today. This is a little male figure. Someone used him as an ashtray, although I do not, oh, good heavens, run away, sweetheart. No, I know, you want to be the star. I don't believe this was supposed to be an ashtray. An ashtray usually has little grooves where you keep your cigarettes. I believe this piece was intended to be a change dish for a bureau or a dresser. So, instead of a pair of lamps, we now have a threesome. A pair of lamps and a little male figure that could probably hold a candle or hold change, or whatever it is he's holding, he'll hold something. So that was an incredible find. That happened today at Community Aid, so I thought I would share that with you. Now when we come back, we're going to get going on our Etsy shops, okay? We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, let's start with shipping. I had a question from one of our viewers about how to determine what the addition of boxes and packing materials is going to mean for the weight of your item. Scale, box, weigh your box. This is a 4x4x6 box. It's a box size I commonly use. You take your own box sizes, whatever you commonly use. Turns out I am just queen of the kitchen mugs. So, small boxes. That box will hold 2 air pillows at most and a couple of 12-inch squares of bubble wrap. That's the extent of what it'll hold. And 2 air pillows, a couple of squares of bubble wrap weigh 2/10 of an ounce. So I've got my box weight, I've got 2/10 of an ounce for my packing materials, and I have a pen and an index card. I'm going to log my box size. I'm going to add the weight of the box, the 2/10 for packing materials, and I'm going to add an additional 2/10. And now this is, mind you, this is 2/10 of an ounce. It's not a big deal, but I add that just in case the weights are a little off, you know, a fraction of an ounce. And I have tape that I'm going to add to this. I have a label. I just like 2/10 of an ounce as a sort of fudge factor. It's not enough to result in my overcharging myself on the shipping, but it's enough to make sure that I'm charging myself an adequate amount. Now I say charging myself because most of my shipping is free. I need to calculate it because I need to know what I'm paying for it. So this box, small flat rate priority box, same thing, just this is a 6x6x6, and the weights are going to be different. My 6x6x6, if I shove as much packing material as I can fit in here, it will be 4 air pillows and by 2 pieces of bubble wrap. By the way, that's still only 2/10 of an ounce. I think you probably have to put about 30 or 40 air pillows into your box before it adds any significant weight at all. So once you have your box plus your packing materials, and like I say, take your box, cram it full. That's the maximum amount of packing materials you're going to use. And as I say, a box this size, and yeah, that's an easy fit. It can hold something that is not insubstantial. Maximum fill, 2/10 of an ounce. Just write it down, and then when you weigh your item, just add that. That's how you're coming up with an accurate shipping weight. Use your scale. More on shipping. A lot of our viewers have suggested that I check out Pirate Ship, and I have. I've opened an account with them. I checked their rates against PayPal, and mind you, I've already checked PayPal against Etsy, and PayPal is either the same or better than Etsy. I have only checked them against Pirate Ship for small items, this size or smaller. And PayPal is beating Pirate Ship. Now, I don't know what this means for larger items yet. I'm going to have to take a look at that, because it could very well be that that's where Pirate Ship shines, because they have, a cubic inch weight, or cubic inch calculation instead of a by weight calculation. Maybe that's something that will make an offset on larger shipments. But so far, I am still sticking with PayPal, because for the items I am shipping, it is the best. However, as opportunities arise and I'm able to ship larger items, I will continue to check the shipping, the PayPal rates against Etsy, against Pirate Ship, and I'll get back to you and let you know if there's any difference. But at this point, I'm still sticking with PayPal as my best resource for shipping, and it really is saving a lot of money on some things. It's saving a little money on others, and it's not saving at all on yet others. However, it's not costing me more. So that's where we're at with our shipping resources, and again, I will keep you informed. Other questions we have gotten in. A lot of you are confused about how to get in touch with me if you want to. I don't understand why. Comment on the videos. It couldn't be simpler. Those of you who already comment on the videos know I read your comments. I respond to your comments. Frankly, I have been responding to your comments in 3 languages so far, and that's only because we have not heard from the French Quarter yet, and when we hear from them, it will be 4 languages. I take your comments seriously. I listen to them, I respond. So I monitor all of them closely also for the first at least 24 hours, usually 48 hours. I post my videos on weekends, and I am online all weekend. And I also watch the comments over on Jocelyn's CrazyLampLady site, because I do at least 1, possibly 2 videos a week with her over there, and I stick with it. So if you want to get in touch with me, that's how to do it. Please, please, please do not use my Etsy site unless I ask you to, because I want to take a look at a picture or something. The reason for this is if Etsy starts to get the idea that I am using them as an alternative email address, which frankly would not be an unreasonable assumption on their part, they could end up closing my Etsy account, and then we don't have our little Etsy workshop, and everybody suffers. So stick with comments on the videos. Some of you have found my email address. that I would also ask that you refrain from using, and here's why. We are looking at about 17,000 subscribers. Everyone who subscribes, YouTube sends me an email, and I look at every last one of them. So that is 17,000 emails. Now, it doesn't really tell me much. It just says such and so has subscribed. But it gives me some sense of who you are, and I like that. You know who I am. I like to know a little something about you. Sometimes it's just your username. Oh well, so it's just your username. But I do get that coming through my email every day. Whenever there's a new subscriber, YouTube sends an email. So as you can imagine, my email queue is expanding. Just, oh my goodness, it's getting like a behemoth. Also, if you respond to a comment I've made, to a comment you've made on the videos, you get an email for that. So I know I need to get back to you. So, as I say, best way to get in touch is with the comments on the videos. I do respond. I do read them. And actually, somebody had written some snarky little comment, and it was like, well, I don't even know if you're going to read this. Really? Who do you think you're talking to? Of course I'm going to read it. Do you honestly think that there's anything on this planet that I could read that I won't? I used to read the back of cereal boxes. I don't do that anymore. But no, if it's in print, I'm going to gobble it down. So yeah, get in touch. Okay, let's see, what else? Viewers have been asking about my eBay sales. I don't keep an eBay shop. Some people do. I sell individually, and what I sell on eBay is very expensive dolls. I mean, ridiculously expensive dolls. If you buy these dolls, if you are what we call an advanced collector, because expensive dolls are in the realm of advanced collectors, if that's who you are, you already know who I am. So, eBay has nothing to do with this. This is YouTube, that's eBay. And I would never want to encourage anyone to pick up a doll buying habit that runs into the thousands of dollars. No. My goodness. I adore my doll buyers. Bless their little hearts. How can you not love somebody who will give you $150, $200 for a doll dress? But come on, you know, it's not a habit you need to acquire. Really, it's not. You know, it's easier to get your hands on cocaine. So, we'll leave eBay off the table if you all don't mind, and we will just focus on things that are easier to wrap our heads around in terms of resale. And as I mentioned before, I've turned into Mug Princess. That is what's happening with my Etsy shop. When I opened my Etsy shop, I thought, oh well, I'm just going to start this little boutique Etsy shop, and it'll be gifts, and it'll be little fancy little stuff. And no, you know what people want? They want mugs. Okay, so here, look, I've gotten more mugs. I'm going to list those mugs. People will buy them because they are buying mugs. So I am just Mug Princess now. And that forced me to take a look at how I am managing my Etsy shop. And I think I approached it with the wrong mindset. I thought, well, you know, I need to go in and I know what these things are worth, and I need to take what they're worth and scale it back a little, because I've gotten them for good deals. Why shouldn't I pass that along? The Etsy shop is a teaching tool. It's a workshop. The proceeds, by the way, from the Etsy shop all go to funding our giveaways and projects. So it's not as if I'm looking at this to, you know, to support myself. I don't want to say it's irrelevant. Money is never irrelevant. Anybody who tells you money is irrelevant is probably so rich that they just don't even know what money is anymore. Of course money is relevant, but it's not the prime reason for this, and it's not something that is going to stand between me and starvation in the streets. So if I buy something, let me show you this. This is a Meito plate. Meito is a Japanese porcelain company, and it was formed by people who had worked at the Noritake company. They were like ceramic engineers, because the Japanese had really developed fine porcelain. And so these pieces are actually very valuable. So I'm looking at a piece like this and I'm thinking to myself, well, what is fair market value on this? Well, fair market value on a piece like this is $30 or $40. On the other hand, I probably got it for about $3. Do I need to sell it for $30 or $40? Is this somehow this driving force that I will feel that I am cheating myself if I don't? No, of course not. If I bought it for $3, what I need to sell it for is $3 plus my fees, plus my shipping, plus some reasonable amount that can go to the projects and the giveaways, which is probably going to be a very small amount of money. Can I pop this in the mail to someone, for $15 including shipping? Yeah. So that's what I need to be looking at. So I was looking at it from the wrong point of view. I think that fair market value is not the way I need to be approaching this. I need to be approaching this in terms of what is a price point that is going to sell. And I've had a few weeks on Etsy, and I'm starting to realize that the price point at which my things are going to sell is approximately $15 including shipping. So now I need to look at putting things up that will sell in that range. And some of this, it's still got a price tag on it. It's $2. Can I send that out for $15 including shipping? Yes, absolutely. So I need to do that. And that was a really interesting sort of wake-up call for me. So I'm going to go back in to my Etsy shop and start looking at the prices and seeing if what is driving my pricing structure. Is it my knowledge of what the item is worth, when it should be my knowledge of what the item will sell for? So that was my mistake, and you get to learn from my mistakes, which is what this whole adventure is about. So I'm going to start readjusting my prices, and I'm also going to start taking a hard look at what is selling, because I go out and get things that I think are, I do think this is a pretty piece, but more importantly, I think it's a very good buy. I think it's a good investment. So I need to look at whether or not I should be buying for the investment value, not just for me, but on behalf of my buyers, or if I should be buying mugs because that is what they want. So that's another one. The jury's not in on that, but I will definitely take a cold, hard look at that. So that's where I'm at on my Etsy shop. As a result of our conversations last week about whether or not I was going to leave a negative review for the lady who sent the empty container, yes, I did. I can't really say it was negative because I gave her 3 stars, and the reason I gave her 3 stars, and I said so in my review, is she did give me a full refund. Of course, if the problem hadn't happened in the first place, and if I hadn't had to have involved PayPal to get her to give me the refund, it might have been 4 stars. But yes, I left what I considered to be a reasonably fair review, and despite the fact that I bought 2 items from her and I could have left the same review on both, I left it on one. So I think I have done my duty in terms of providing information for future buyers, and I have also managed to deal with my queasiness about leaving negative reviews, because I really hate to do that. I don't like leaving negative reviews because I always question my motivations. Am I doing this because I really want to inform the next person, or am I doing this because I am cranky about what happened on that sale? And in this case, I think I'm pretty safe saying no. Other buyers are going to be informed now. And so, thank you. It was your decision. You helped me make up my mind on that score. Now, ongoing on our Etsy shops, I think that we've probably hit the point where collectively we have gotten our products listed in our shop, and we might be looking for advice, we might be looking for direction. As I say, I hadn't found my direction. I thought I was Bonwit Teller. Turns out I'm Kmart. Who knew? But this is probably the point where some of you are going to want to reach out and get some additional feedback. So, mention it in the comments. Comment on this video. If you want help, if you want feedback on your shops, let me know. Let everyone know. These are public comments. Our viewers are buyers. I mean, we're all buyers, we're all consumers. So our viewers are buyers. They are going to places like Etsy, like eBay, like Poshmark. They're going to stores. They know what they like to buy, and they know what they will pay for items. They know the information they want from you as a seller. Even people who do not have sales experience can be very helpful in tracking us in properly. We also have very experienced sellers, people who have been selling online for just years. We have people who regularly watch our videos, who have had booths in antique malls. They've actually had brick and mortar sales experience too. And we can count on them as well. So this is experience that we're all going to pool, and if you want your shop evaluated, if you've got problems, if you want tweaking, if you want feedback, let me know in the comments. You'll be letting all of us know, and then we can take a look and see if there's anything we feel might benefit from some improvement. And this is what we're doing with our Etsy shop. We are taking a look, we're pooling all of our experience so that all of us will be better and more efficient at this. So let me know. We'll throw it out to the greater community. We'll see what kind of feedback we can get. So let me see, is there anything else we need to deal with? No, I think that's pretty much it for today. So get back to me in the comments. Let me know what's going on. I've told you how I'm doing. You let me know how you're doing, and we will pick up this thread later.